Rocky.
Oh boy.
Oh,
it
you're
working?
not in the camera.
You gotta come on in here. There you go.
Okay.
You gotta lean in. Okay. Well, it's that time of the day
Okay, there you
for the simultaneous sip. But first I need to adjust our little thingy up.
go.
How do I do it? Oh, did you tighten it?
Yeah, you have to untighten it.
Because it's cutting off my hair.
Right, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't have that.
All right. Are you guys ready to join me in the simultaneous sip?
Yep.
All right, let's do this. So this is our, what is this, makeshift homeschool podcast?
No, I don't think. We're not going to just be talking about that then.
Yeah, this is just like talking
Oh yeah?
about like life situations.
This is our,
Not just makeshift.
this is
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
is this Life Talk podcast? We gotta
I
come up
don't
with a good name. FroN'Girls.
No.
All right. Well, every morning we're gonna come out here on the deck, bring our beverage, and talk about something. But the girls have to bring up the topic. They can ask me anything they want, then we'll talk about it as a group, and then that'll be part of our homeschooling experience for the rest of the lockdown.
Well, I was going to ask what makes a good life, like how to live a good life, but
I thought you were gonna ask me how to make beautiful hair. How do you style hair in a way that other people go, wow, I want to do that.
I don't know if I would.
But you don't want to do that. You want to talk about what it means to live a good life.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we can talk about that. But I think Isla can answer that question better than I can because she just wrote this article about regrets of the dying.
My face is white in the camera.
I know, right? It's so strange.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There you go. Bring it on in here. So Isla, how about you tell us? Tell us about what you learned about how to live a good life based on your research on regrets of the dying.
Well, it's not that you want to do things, it's that you don't want to do these certain things.
So what do you not want to do?
It's you don't want to be obsessed with how other people think about you. Because one of the big regrets of the dying was that they say that I wish I had lived the life I wanted to live and not the life that others expected of me.
Okay.
And so that's a big thing.
So one big regret of the dying is people felt like they didn't do what they wanted to do. They were constantly living under other people's expectations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What's another one?
Another one is I wish I hadn't worked so hard.
So some people said, "Oh, I wish I hadn't worked so hard." That was a regret. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Did some people, as they were getting much older and facing death, say, "I wish I had not been such a lazy bum"?
I need to check again, but
does it mean like work so hard? Is it working hard towards a specific thing? Like I wish I hadn't worked so hard to like please other people, or I wish I hadn't worked so hard like at my job and I wish I spent more time with my family, or is it just I wish I didn't work so hard just in general?
it's just I wish I hadn't worked so hard, like work or like your like what you do to make money.
Mhm.
And then
Right,
I
yeah.
wish I had paid more attention to my family.
Paid more
Okay.
attention. Okay, so it was regretting spending so much time at the office and basically ignoring family. Okay.
Right.
So there you go, Sume. Sume asked the question, how do you live a good life? Don't ignore your family and do things that you want to do.
There are 5
There
of
was,
them.
I think
Oh,
there
there's
was
more?
another one. Yeah, there was
This is
another.
hard.
I think
There are
was,
5 regrets, big regrets of the dying in the thing I saw.
Okay, what are some other ones?
Was one of them like? No. That's kind of relates to the first one, but just to try to do what you want to do, I guess.
That kind of relates
To the first one, yeah. That's why
I wish I hadn't worked so hard and I wish I had spent more time with my family. Kind of like.
I just realized there were comments. Yeah.
How important is winning? I didn't know that could ask questions.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
didn't
good
know
question.
either. Yeah.
Should we answer that question? How important is winning?
Oh.
I mean, I guess it depends on the game,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
So if
What are those hard things?
I don't know, I guess people heart like stuff we're saying, but let's try to
Yeah.
answer this. Somebody asked us a legitimate question: how important is winning? So I mean, yeah. Go ahead.
I
Do you
guess
want to take it?
I was thinking. I agree with what you said. How it depends on the game. I guess it depends on how much you've relied on winning, and by relied I mean like how much you've put into it, and like how much you're gonna lose if you don't win. And I guess if you're really expecting to win, then it's gonna be a lot more important because then you probably like put in more to win, I guess.
No, I think that was a good stab. Let me take
Yeah.
a stab at this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you the cliche answer, and then I'll give you the more controversial, you won't hear this everywhere answer. The cliche answer is that, you know, the only game that you really need to win is the game against yourself over time, right? You want to try to compare yourself to who you were yesterday. And to the extent that you can win that game, that's really important. But, you know, winning a board game, or winning the promotion at the office, or winning the teacher's pet, or winning the basketball game for the team in high school. Like, it's not like the person who wins those games is somehow a better person and going to be happier than otherwise. That's just not true. That's verifiably not true, right? In fact, they're winning the lottery. You can look at people have done studies of people who won the lottery and found that a year later they were oftentimes less happy than they were before they won the lottery. So, these windfall experiences aren't so important, but winning the game against yourself over time, that's very important. But that's the cliche answer, really. But so here's the not so cliche answer. I think that in order for somebody to really have a lot of confidence and self-love, they have to win at something outside of just being at home with family. Because you can only get so much confidence and grow so much of your roots from just your parents basically trying to tell you, oh, good job. I mean, eventually you have to go out into the world and you have to win at something. You have to show to other people that you are a powerful person.
Yeah.
And so in that sense, winning is very important. But it's only important up until you get to a point where you say, yes, I love myself. I believe in myself. I don't need to rely on the world to constantly affirm my sense of value.
It also depends on how much you care about like winning that certain thing, or how much you care about like that certain competition. And the more you care about it, the more effect it's going to have on you. And so that also depends on like what that also depends on how important it is for winning to you.
Yeah, you have to be really careful with that. Like, so one really great rule of thumb that pretty much always applies is, does winning fall within my circle of influence or not? Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
So if you guys are, oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like, so if you're Michael Jordan and this is game 6 and you gotta do this in order to win the championship. He might feel like, oh, it's all on me. What?
I don't know. We're gonna have to watch the recording to see the questions because, like, I don't
Can
know,
you
'cause
say
they
that
keep
again?
fading.
They keep
They keep
fading.
fading.
And
I
we're also
just
got
don't
it sideways, so we're all sitting here like, how do we rate it?
Yeah.
I want to.
We should probably turn it that
All right.
way.
Maybe we should
time.
all lean in so we can see it better.
Yeah,
Let's all
yeah.
lean in.
We can scroll.
Oh wow! Oh
Wow.
wow!
Okay, wait.
You want to scroll?
Let me see. Yeah. I think what you speak about is getting outside approvals versus family approval is very interesting.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
cool.
Oh well, let's talk about that some more because that's something we've been talking about a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, what?
Because we've been so this is interesting. Wow, this is like a real conversation.
Yeah.
All right. So the kids started. You want to tell them about the app?
We started building an app to help kids.
We built
teach
it.
Kids.
With help.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
from
With
Way.
help.
Yeah, Way.
Oh yeah.
But we built an app to help
Yeah.
kids teach each other.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. But we were interviewing all these kids to try to figure out how to what makes them curious, what makes them want to learn.
When people are curious, they learn like 10 times faster because they're actually like trying to figure out like what that thing is and how it works and whatnot. But
Yeah, no, it's but then so how do you give kids curiosity? And you want to know for adults too, but it's easier with kids because they don't have so much baggage. Right, and so you can ask that question more cleanly. And so we were having all these interviews. I mean, we were just sitting down on Zoom, and just every parent and kid we could find that would talk to us. We were talking, and it became apparent that kids that were curious were confident. I want to repeat that just because it's so important. Kids that were curious were a lot more confident, and I think that confidence is key because if you're not confident, then you're not going to be looking outside of what you already know for answers or understanding, because the world's a scary place. You can discover things that can shake foundational beliefs about how you think the world's supposed to operate. And if you're not confident, if you don't love yourself, if you question your own value to yourself, and you rely so heavily on other people around you to just constantly affirm you, then you're just going to be getting defensive, and you're not going to be seeking truth. You're not going to be interested in other things. You think you have all the answers. Mm-hmm. So that gets to this idea of in family versus outside of family. At some point, one has to venture out and prove to themselves. But it's still an internal battle. It's still really not about winning versus other people. It's still an internal battle.
Okay. Sometimes it feels like you can't have kids or go golfing, fishing until you've earned it.
Ah. Well, okay, so I think that's a false choice. So I used to be a workaholic.
oh yeah.
And I basically was like, oh, I'm gonna do this all the time. And then I was like, yeah, but I want to spend time with my family too. and I want to spend time with my wife, and I want to do other, But then what we started doing was we just started doing productive things together.
Yeah.
So now,
Exactly.
like building this app was one of these things. It's like, okay, I'll tell you what. Let's learn how to build apps. So we learned Flutter, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna meet up with a kid. Benjamin lives nearby. He's gonna come over here in like 5 minutes. We're actually gonna have to go. He might be at the front door. He's 9 years old. He comes by, and then we all learn Flutter together, and then we build this app together, and then we're writing about things like genomics technology and 3D printing and regrets of the dying and how to build relationships, and we're like doing all these productive things together, and we're putting it on the app, and then we're sharing it. But it's all, so I'm spending time with my kids, but I'm also working. So I didn't have to choose. But if you have a lot of things that you want to do, like golf by yourself, then I mean, there's things I kind of like doing by myself too. But to the extent I can basically learn to do things that I enjoy doing with my kids, now I'm like on vacation working all the time. What's going on with it?
Oh, it's their first.
Oh no.
Day on Periscope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's our first day. We don't know what the hell we're doing. Sounds really. Oh yeah. No, we're having a great time. Thanks. So you can check it out. The kids are. It's the app that the kids built is in beta version, but you can download it and read all these articles we've been writing. It's on makeshifthomeschool.com. And we got some help. We had help from the kids' coding instructor. We hired him away from their coding school because he's really good. And then Sume's been doing a lot of the coding lately. Put a lot of our writing there.
Yeah.
All right, so we got to close this up. Hey, this is really cool that all these people joined us.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
Yeah, we've never done this before. We're gonna be here every morning. We're gonna come out here, drink coffee. Well, I'll drink coffee. We're going to talk about life. Kids are going to ask me. Basically, we're going to just talk about whatever the kids want to talk about or whatever you guys want to talk about. You guys are asking great questions, too. This is fabulous. We'll be out here like 7:30.
Yeah.
And then we got to stop by 8, though, because then all the kids are programming their app. So,
you might want to
heads up
your moderations. A lot of nonsense can get posted.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Maybe. Yeah. Good idea.
I mean, like, we're not really, like, watching much. We just, like, turn it on.
So we're going to go ahead and hop off here shortly because we have to get to work/play. Because for us, it's kind of the same thing now.
Yeah.
But we'll see anybody that wants to join us at 7:30 tomorrow, Eastern time. And feel free to check out the kids' app if you want at makeshifthomeschool.com.
Okay.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.
It?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Crack it.